Hi. Today we are going to see the 79th Sthothram. Suvarna-varno hemaango varaangaschandanaangadee Veerahaa Vishamah soonyo ghritaaseerachalaschalah. Suvarna-varna. Suvarna-varna. Suvarna means gold. Varna means color. So, Bhagavan is golden colored. That's why he is called Suvarna-varna. Bhagavan is the one who has got the color of gold. That means his devotee is the pure himself. He is the Atma of the devotee. And he is all illuminating. And he illuminates everything. So the gold means it shines. So that's why Bhagavan in the beings, in the form of soul, Atma inside, he makes the beings shine. That's why if you can connect with Bhagavan, whatever you touch, it will turn gold. That means whatever you try to do, you will achieve in that. Only thing you need to follow the path of Dharma. Next one is Hemaango. Hema means gold. Anga means limbs. That means the hands and legs of Bhagavan, it is all feels like gold. That means Bhagavan has the form that is of gold. That means he is like the orb of sun. When you see the sun, Bhagavan is on the center of sun, giving rays to everybody, giving life to everybody. That's why he is called Hiranmaya, means pure golden form. That means Bhagavan is seen as golden person in the disk of sun, giving out rays and life to all the beings. It's like the mind of us. So mind is the center of the body where the Bhagavan is existing, and it gives us the good positive energy for us to move forward. And Bhagavan has another name called Surya-Narayana. So Surya means the sun, Narayana means Bhagavan Vishnu. That's why Bhagavan has the limbs of gold. He is called Hemaango. Next one is Varaangah. Varaangah. Vara means lovable. Anga means limbs. So Bhagavan has beautiful limbs. So Bhagavan has the part in which all the forms will be brilliant. All the forms means the avataram or the beings. We are all brilliant because we have the amsham of Bhagavan. So whatever we know, whatever we are doing, however success we are, it is all Bhagavan's blessings because we have that part of Bhagavan inside us. Next one is Chandanaangadee. Chandanam means joy giving, or it is also called the sandal, Sandanam. And Angadee. Angada means armlets. Anga means the limbs. Angadee means the ornaments that we put on the limbs or the arms, that are called armlets. So Bhagavan is adorned with armlets that will generate joy. So he has the attractive armlets, or he is smeared with sandal. That's why he's called Chandanaangadee. His limbs are all smeared with sandal. So when you see the Vigraham in the temple, it will mostly be smeared with sandal. That will be the original sandal. So Bhagavan's Rupam is such that, or his form that we know is such that it is Chandanaangadee. When you see the form, you will feel happiness. The joy will be filled in our heart. That's why he is called Chandanaangadee. Next one is Veerahaa. Veerahaa means Bhagavan has the power who can destroy the heroes, valiant heroes, like Hiranyakeshipu for protecting the Dharma. So, Bhagavan can fight with daring asuras in the battle. That means he can destroy even the thoughts that we have. We will have the pair of thoughts, likes and dislike. We have things that we like and we have some things that we dislike. So what happens, both the emotions, both likes and dislikes are found because of the negative in the heart. So what happens, Bhagavan has the power to destroy that negativities. So that's why even liking something and disliking something is both equally not good. So we should have a neutral feeling. That's why we will not be able to connect with anything or bond with anything that is not permanent. The only thing that is permanent is Bhagavan. So we should have a connectivity with Bhagavan, not these temporary things. That's why he is called Veerahaa. And next one is Vishamah. Vishamah means unequaled. So Bhagavan cannot be equaled, or nothing is comparable to Bhagavan in any characteristics. When you take in any characters, we cannot be equaled with Bhagavan with anyone. So none, in Bhagavad Gita, it will be said that none there exists who is equal to you. That will be said to Arjuna. So that means there is no one who can be equal to Bhagavan. That's why he is called Vishamah. Vishamah means it is tough to equal with something. Vishamah means it is not possible to equal with him. Next one is Soonyah. Soonyah means we say it for zero. Means void, emptiness, no attributes. That's why one without any attributes is called Soonyah. Or Bhagavan feels the absence. He does not have to have any attributes for himself to show off because he is complete. The only things that we have to focus is the equipments of experience, that is mind, body, intellect, and the field of emotions, that is object, emotion, and thought, and the experiences attitude, that is perceiver, feeler, thinker. So these are the different three things that we have to compromise to understand Bhagavan. That means we should have a mind to focus on Bhagavan. We should have a body to act for Bhagavan. And we should have an intellect that should be ready to accept the knowledge. And the field of emotions, that is, we should have the objects. Objects are all the five senses. And we should have a proper balanced emotion, as well as we should have a proper thinking capability. The thoughts should be perfect. And the experiencer attitude, that means we perceive and we feel it and we think it. All these attributes should be balanced equally to know the Bhagavan. So we will be from the state of Soonyah to we will reach the Bhagavan. So we will understand that Bhagavan doesn't need anything extra. That's why we call Bhagavan Shunya. Because he is complete, he is full. Next one is Ghritaaseeh. Ghritaaseeh means Bhagavan's blessings will not fail anytime. At any point of time, if we have the blessings of Bhagavan, that will protect us, that will support us. That means for Bhagavan, he doesn't need any good wishes from anyone, or he doesn't need any prayers or any praise or anything from us, because he is already complete. But when we do it, we will be blessed with Bhagavan's Ashirvadams, and we will be gaining everything. So all the gain is for the devotee, because Bhagavan is already complete. So he will share, he will give us whatever we are worth of. So that's why Ghritaaseeh. Ghritaaseeh means Bhagavan is complete. He doesn't need anyone's good wishes or anything. Next one is Achalah. Chalah means moving. Achalah means not moving. That means never falls. Bhagavan cannot be deprived of his real nature as truth, intelligence, and infinity. So he cannot be moved with any of the factors that we can think of. We have any doubt, we can clarify it, but we cannot change the Bhagavan's already have power. Already Bhagavan has some power, but we cannot change those things that is already there. But only thing that has to be changed is us, our emotions, our thoughts, our objects, the way of perceiving things, our way of feeling things, our way of thinking ability. Because Bhagavan is not moving, he will be there, he is stable. That's why he is called Sthira. Sthira means permanent. He will not change. He is the same from the beginning. He will be the same till the end. Bhagavan is also called Chalah. Chalah means moving. That means he moves in the form of air and he will be everywhere. That means even when the Atma is there, we feel that Bhagavan can reach in every point at any place without any spending of time. That is, in time, no time, Bhagavan can reach anywhere. So that means Bhagavan can travel in the form of wind. So that's why he's called Chalah. So here we'll be seeing the names Suvarna-varnah, Varaangah, Chandanaangadee, Veerahaa, Vishamah, Soonyah, Ghritaaseeh, Achalah, Chalah. We'll be reaching the 746th Namam of Vishnu Bhagavan. Suvarna-varno hemaango, varaangaschandanaangadee, Veerahaa, Vishamah, soonyo, Ghritaaseerachalaschalah.